Alex or Pachu, have either of you seen that word before? Set out.
Mhm.
Yes.
Uh, what does that mean, Pachu, to set out to do something?
So he set out for a journey.
Uh, yeah, it means to start something. It means the beginning of something very complicated or big or something like that, to set out for something. Have you seen that word before,
Okay.
Alex? Have you seen that phrasal verb before? Set
Ye-
out?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Okay. Alex, can you read the example sentence that we have up here?
The example set out to discover new lands.
Okay. Uh, can you read that one more time, please?
The explorer set out to discover new lands. The
Okay.
font is very small, you know. If we can
Okay.
just put it in the
Yeah,
sorry for that,
I'll make it
just you know,
I'll make it bigger.
a bigger font here. Yeah.
Wait a minute. I can't.
Otherwise, I need to find my glasses.
Okay. Oh, trust me, I know. I know all about that. Okay. So no, here's the first. Can you read it now? Can
Yes.
you see it now? Is it okay?
The explorer set out to discover new lands.
Do you know what happens if you have a word that starts with a vowel sound? The sound of
The explorer, yeah.
go ahead, say it again.
The explorer.
Okay, but it's a very long sound, and you don't stop in the middle. You just say the explorer. You don't really stop. The explorer.
The explorer, yeah.
Yeah, like that. Mhm.
The explorer, yeah. Okay.
What do you think
The
about?
explorer.
Can you say the first four words?
The explorer set out.
Okay. What do you think about that phrasal verb set out? Would you say that's an abstract phrasal verb where you could never guess the meaning just by looking at the words, or would you say it's very literal where you
Mm,
guess the meaning?
it's not a literal phrasal verb
Okay, what
because
happens?
it has different meanings.
Yeah, what happens if you have an abstract phrasal verb? Which word gets all of the focus? Set or out?
I think I think the verb,
Yeah. So you
the
don't say
verb.
you wouldn't say set out. You would say set out.
Sit out. Yeah, sit out. Yeah.
Set,
Okay.
but
The explorer set out. Yeah.
but when you say it, when you say that vowel sound, can you try to extend the vowel sound? Set out.
Set out. Okay.
Hmm.
Set out. Yeah.
Because
Okay.
if you say
The explorer set out.
because if you say sit out, even if you make it big, sit out, sit out. I can't do it, but if it's too small, people will have a hard time understanding what you're saying.
Out.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, in that
Now,
phrase, we've already decided that set is an important word. Are there any other important words
okay.
in that phrase?
And the first one, explorer.
Yeah. Okay. And
The
that three
explorer.
syllables. Which syllable has all of the power?
The explorer. The stress in the first syllable. Yeah.
It's really the second one. It's this one really is the one that you would want.
Explo- ex- low. Yeah.
Ex-
Explorer. Yeah. 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 Lower. Yeah.
Explorer. Explorer.
Explorer.
Explorer.
Or
Okay.
explorer.
So
Explorer. Yeah.
explorer. So if you said all of those four words together, it would sound like the explorer set out.
The explorer set out. Yeah.
hmm Okay, Pachu, can you say that the explorer set out?
The explorers set out.
Okay, and in the final part of the phrase, to discover new lands, which words would you say are important?
So is a new,
Okay,
new
all right. Any other important words?
as a discover or land maybe.
Well, I think maybe we can just go with discover. But so in that in that word discover, which syllable has all of the sound?
Dis discover.
No, no, that would be discover, but this is discover.
Yeah, the second, the
The second
cover,
discover,
discover.
discover. That's the one with all of the sounds. Discover, discover.
Yeah,
So
discover.
now in the middle of a phrase like this, the word to it would sound like duh. To discover new lands. Maybe maybe lands we should do.
Okay. So to discover new lands,
New lands.
new lands.
The explorers set out to discover new lands.
The explorers set out to discover new lands.
Okay, new lands. Now, uh, give more emphasis to that word new.
Oh, the new lands. A
New.
new land.
Okay. Alex, can you say that? To discover new lands.
Discover new lands.
Okay. Now, oh, well, we'll wait a minute before I do this. We're going to add something new to this. Okay. Uh,
Okay.
Alex, how
Okay.
many phrases can you divide this sentence into?
I would say too.
Okay, what are the two phrases?
The explorer set out
Okay.
to
I think
discover new lands.
yeah, I think we'll divide it here. So to discover, the two will go in the beginning of this
Mm.
phrase. So the explorer set
To
out
discover, set out. Yes.
to discover new lands. I think that's how we would divide it. How would you like this to sound? Do you want this to sound very serious, or do you want it to sound nice and happy and friendly?
I say it's like nice,
Okay.
friendly, like more
Uh,
friendly.
So how will you pronounce the final two words?
It be a bit high, not low. Okay,
Well, but you do have to.
because it
You should finish low because most phrases will finish low. So, but you want to add the high to sound friendly. So maybe what you could do is say set in a high way, but then when you get to out, you could say that in a low way. How would that sound?
set out like
Set
this. Okay,
out, set out,
set
set
out. Yeah,
out, set,
set out, set out. Okay,
set
set out.
out,
Okay,
set out, like that.
okay,
So we'll make
okay.
we'll make set high. We'll say that in a high way, and but then we'll
Okay.
finish low because usually you want to finish your phrase in a low way. Set out, set
Mhm.
out. And how will you start your phrase, Alex?
Normally it start high,
Yeah, most phrases start
and
high tone and go down.
mm,
So what we're going to do is we're going to start high, go down a little bit, but then go back up and then go down. So the
mm,
explorer set out,
mm,
set out. Try that.
okay. Let's go.
Can you?
Do you want me to
Yes. Can you
do you
say?
want me to read it?
Can you say it?
Yes. The explorer set out.
Okay. The explorer set out, but you try to go down a little bit when you say the word out.
Okay. Okay. The explorer set out.
Pachu, can you say that? The explorer set out.
The explorers set out.
Okay. Now, how Pachu, how will you like the final phrase to sound?
Happy.
Happy? Okay. So how will you pronounce the final two words in the phrase?
So the first new is high
Okay.
and last is low.
Okay.
New lands.
New lands. New lands. Actually,
New lands.
I'm just listening to myself say it, and I'm still high when I'm doing this one. It's just the final part of lands that gets low. New lands.
Yeah. New land.
And how will you start
New lands.
new lands? How will you,
Yeah.
how will you start the phrase? How will that start?
Uh, so to discover is high,
High.
red.
Okay, so we make that red because most phrases will start high. I always pick a
Yeah.
different color red. That doesn't mean anything. I just don't remember which one I chose. Okay, so to discover new lands.
To discover new lands.
The explorers set out to discover new lands.
The explorers set to discover new lands.
Okay, now I'm going to put a phrase that you wrote the other day here. Okay, it doesn't really mean anything here. We're just putting it here because we can. Okay. Pachu, do you know what a roller coaster is?
Yes.
What is a roller coaster?
Yeah. Roller coaster is like game the people
Hmm.
ride on and they move up and down.
That's right.
So
Yeah,
the
this is a
feeling emotion is
mhm. Yeah.
yeah,
This is a
feeling and
roller coaster.
emotion is very high. Yes.
Well, these little phrases like actually or a matter of fact that go in front of a sentence, they have a roller coaster sound, an up down sound when you say them. So when you say this first word here, okay, you give it sort of a roller coaster sound. As a matter of fact,
Okay. Okay. So as a matter of fact,
as a matter of
As
fact,
a matter of fact, as a matter of fact, or as a matter of fact,
uh, I'm not hearing the difference. What are you asking?
I don't know. As a matter of fact, or as a matter of.
Oh, well, oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to put the word of here. There we go. It's of. Sorry. Okay. So let's try the roller coaster, Pachu. As a matter of fact, the explorers set out to discover new lands.
as a matter of fact, the explorers set out to discover the new lands.
Alex, can you try the
So
roller?
how
Go ahead.
so how it is a roller coaster?
Because
I
it goes
don't
up and
understand.
down and up. Fact. You hear how it goes up and down? Fact.
Fact.
Fact. It goes up and down and up. Fact.
Okay, so fact,
Fact.
fact.
You hear that? That those little phrases that you put in front of a word. Most of the time, they'll have a roller coaster sound to them. Fact. You hear that? Can you hear it?
Yes, the fact.
As a matter of fact,
Okay, as a matter of fact,
the explorers set out to discover new lands.
the explorers set out to discover new lands.
Okay. Alex, can you try the roller coaster? Fact.
As a matter of fact,
hmm
the explorers set out to discover new lands.
Okay, good. All right. Alex,
Yes.
can you make a what explorer set out to discover question?
What did the explorer set out to discover?
That's right. Okay. And what is
Correct?
that's right. You're right. And what is the most important word in that phrase in that question?
Actually, the what
Yeah. So instead of saying what, it would be better if you made it a very big word and said what.
what
What?
yeah. Okay.
How would
What
how would you pronounce what plus did plus the?
what did
What
what did
what did the? The big word is
what the
what, and did the
what
is
the
very small. What did
what
the?
did
S-
what did the
try to make the what bigger. What did the?
what did the
What
what did the
what did the? What did
okay
the?
what did the yeah
What did the explorer
what did explorer
But make the
set
what bigger. You have to make
out.
the what bigger. What did the explorer?
What did us? What did the explorer
What is?
set out to?
Yeah. What? And then your next big word is explorer. What did the explorer
What did the explorer? What did the explorer? Yeah,
set out
set out
to discover?
to discover.
What did the explorer set
Discover. Yeah.
out to discover? Try that.
Okay. What did the explorer set out to discover?
Okay. Pachu, can you try that? What did the explorer set out to discover?
Why did the explorer set out to discover?
And what is the answer, Pachu?
As a matter of fact, the explorer set out to discover new land.
Okay, new lands. All right. Alex, what did the explorer set out to discover?
What did the explorer
Mhm.
set out to discover?
What is the answer?
Okay. As a matter of fact, the explorer set out to discover new lands.
All right. So that's our first word. Now, the second word is a phrase. Alex, have you seen this phrase before? My spirits rise.